Hello.
Hey, hello.
How's everyone?
Doing all right. We're got a little bit of issue with Josh's stream.
Oh, what's the problem?
Looks like he can't connect to Twitch.
That's a big problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is a very, very big problem. Well,
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another Link to the Past Randomizer League Season 5 matchup. This is week 2. We have an Invrosia match tonight between CSI Hyrule, the Cursed Seed Investigators, and Pug Hunters, represented by Chadbert and Joshbittner, respectively. I am one of your commentators, Lumaga, and with me is Norsk Maddie tonight. How you doing, Maddie?
I'm doing good, and I'm looking forward to some Ambrosia. I actually like this mode.
You know, this is like one of the best ways to play inverted, right? It kind of takes away a little bit of the bite of being tunneled into harder fights. We have a big key shuffle as part of Invrosia, and there's an item on each boss. Maybe some other nuances here, but that's the gist of it. We are going to start in the Dark World and have to make our way, get 7 crystals, and interestingly, the mirror will take us to the Dark World from the Light World. So a lot of differences here in Inverted. What are you looking forward to in this week, in this mode?
I like seeing how racers approach the light world when they get access. Sometimes you can get it through a trip to Aga, as we see the big key to Ice Palace right there, right away in Link's house. There's only a few openings you could do. One Josh is doing here. He's killing Europa, seeing if it drops anything. He'll probably go do a pull on one of the statues down there.
Yeah, the openings here, interesting. You're not going to have the kind of money or the resources you have in a normal, open seed or standard seed. You may have to pull out a couple of victories in the archery game too to get some money if you're blocked by that. But yeah, you're going to have to kind of scrape for every little inch you get in this one.
Yeah, when you do the start Josh is doing, you're hoping to get at least 20 rupees from something or bomb. With 20 rupees, you can play the archery game. Without that, you're going to be stuck, and you have to save a quit and do probably the start that Chadbert is doing. Chadbert went over to Skull Woods from the Dark Sanctuary, goes to the drop down here in Skull Woods, and you can farm bombs for as long as you please.
Yeah, that's a good strat to get some bombs, because you got a hype cave accessible to you early on. But one danger, as you see from Chadbert's side, these enemies in the Dark World hit hard, and on 3 hearts, you're not long for it if you're not careful. This is intentional, so he can farm the bombs, but in the overworld, just be careful.
Yeah, and another thing that Ambrosia gives you that helps a little bit with these low percentage Dark World traversals is the sword. Gives you a little bit of offense and defense. Keep things away from you, because they do hurt. Most things will do 2 hearts of damage in here.
Yeah, so oh my goodness, the Moon Pearl's so early, and that's the one item we can access in Skull Woods right now. The other going to be on the boss. So that early Moon Pearl is huge.
Yeah, there is, because of the big key shuffle, there's actually an extra item in each dungeon. So there is another item available potentially here in Skull Woods.
Ah, yes, you're correct.
It could be locked in the big chest, or it could be in the back of Skull Woods as well. So we'll see if Chadbert decides to go back to the middle section here of Skull Woods, the Vidal Big Key chest, and see if there's an item there, or just head to the VOO.
Now, I'm kind of familiar with Josh's play. Do you know anything about either of these 2 runners?
Honestly, I haven't watched too much of Chadbert, but I think that it should be a pretty good matchup here.
So I did do a little bit of just a recap for myself. It looks like both of them were in the Challenge Cup this year, made brackets. Josh was actually in my group. Chadbert went to round 2 of the Challenge Cup. Josh made it to round 1, but went 5-1 in brackets. So I'd say this is probably about as even of a matchup as you could probably hope for.
Yeah, and both these teams off to a pretty good start as well. They're both 2-1. They've actually already played the first match of the two for this Ambrosia week, so this will finish it out. Pug Hunters did take that one to put themselves at 2-1, and the winner of this match will be top of the table in the Castle Tower division, at least pending the results for the other matches.
Here's that plate, a hype cave. Now we got bombs. Chadbert can check out these 5 items.
Yes, as someone in chat pointed out, you might also remember Josh from running the Casual Beats tournament this summer. One of the admins there.
Vamos, a boomerang, and a master sword. That's pretty good for this this inverted seed for so far, especially that master sword.
Yeah, also, I think there was 20 rupees in there, which will allow them to go play the archer game. This is a little bit of an easier choice for Chadbert, having not gone over to stuff. Oh, that's the deaths that you can take here.
Yeah, the archery game. You can play it. I think 2 or 3 times with the exact same setup before some of the timing changes on you. But it's a quick way to rack up a couple hundred rupees early on.
Yeah, your main reason for doing it this early is to get the money to do dig game, chess game, and go into pod if it becomes available. It's not currently available to us without a out of logic current jump. So you need to play it twice to get that much money, and you can play it a third time if you want to, get a few extra bucks for the road.
Well, our map check shows us a couple of points here. We got a green pendant turtle rock, one of our 5-6 in pod, and a red pendant in Ice Palace. Yeah, it looks like Chadbert has taken some time to learn exactly where to stand, exactly where to fire for that arrow game to pay as much as it can.
Yeah, it's actually once you get the timing down, it's actually a pretty easy game. Just when the little guys walk past the same spot, you fire every time.
Josh not bothering just yet. Maybe something will come out of the Village of Outcasts, and who knows? There's the first 4 of Thieves Town, which is also available too. Chadbert coming out with 330 some rupees is pretty good. So we'll see those games, the mini games you were talking about.
Yeah, Chadbert should be set on rupees for the time being here.
Also get your money back by digging it up.
Yeah, usually if you get enough money to just get in the dig game, you can at least get your money back. Chadbert's getting a pretty good amount of money drops here. I think he's actually making a profit, especially with that 100.
So Josh picked up the hook shot.
Yes, it's C-shaped house.
Very nice. All right.
He's Josh has gotten enough money here in Thieves Town to at least be able to play the chess game, which is good because if you drop down to go play the archer game without the mitts, you can't get back into VOO. You have to start at the Dark Chapel and go back there again. So he can at least get that chess game check done and out of the way.
Smart move checking the stun prize. So we know there's hearts on the stun prize.
Try to get something out of that boomerang.
Okay. Flippers, that also opens up pod. So no current jump, no hammer, but flippers will take you there. So Josh needs some money, and Chadbert needs the flippers.
Yeah, it looks like they're both on the way to be getting those.
I think Josh realized he didn't have any money, but I don't know if he's as comfortable with the archery game, or maybe he just didn't quite realize it just yet.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he either isn't sure about his ability to play the game, or if he just has forgotten that it exists.
Inverted is a different beast, and I know Josh, is maybe not as used to some of the off the beaten path modes. I think it was mentioned in chat. He mentioned that he ran the casual boots tournament this summer. That's kind of his bread and butter. But maybe inverted is less of what he's played so far.
Yeah, he is in another place that the flippers did open up, which is Ice Palace, with that Bombos medallion there, and the flippers. And there are 4 items, although one is on Coldster, which we won't have access to unless we find the hammer.
Yeah, a couple of places like Ice Palace are a little bit differently laid out. So you could just walk right into it. Normally you'd need to use a portal. There's that. There's a couple places on the overworld like Checkerboard Cave and the Bombos tablet. You would normally need to mirror or take a portal. This is just one of the nuances you got to know in Infrosia.
Yeah, and the Penguin is doing some nice magic drops for Josh. He didn't have any magic after using it to get in through the first room, but full magic drops, got plenty of magic now. Bombs he needs to be very judicious with his use of bombs here.
He's got this one, and then he's going to have to take on the Stalfos with, the sword?
Well,
okay, he picked up a bomb. And okay, I did not realize Bombos. Maybe it doesn't work on this.
Well,
but yeah, if he's going to do this bomb jump, does have to be conservative on what he spends here.
Yeah, with the fact that he's probably, unless there's a hammer in here, you can't go to Coldster anywhere. You don't need to hit the switch and do the bomb jump. You can just go down and not worry about it.
Right. He's going for it.
He does have one bomb. Meanwhile, Chadbert finds the magic powder there on the pyramid.
Nailed it. But he is going to get blocked at some point. No hammer. Can only take this so far. But Chadbert doing the other expected play, heading over to pod, right? Also, unless he finds a hammer, is going to get blocked out of it. But this is a pretty dense dungeon. I like the pod play.
Yeah, and this without a bow too. There could just be the one item in logic. If he can mimic clip, he can get much farther and really explore the dungeon.
Gloves out of Ice Palace. That's nice.
Okay.
So 2 of our 3 light world access items today. Just need that hammer or another glove.
Okay, well, there is the hammer. In the Paradise Palace.
This played off. This paid off big.
Yeah, so that lack of money did not hurt Josh at all because it pushed him towards the direction that he needed to go here to get both the mitt and the gloves and the hammer. With the Moon Pearl having already been collected, we do have a light world access now.
Yeah, so that's 2 out of the 4 items, right? Is we got the big key shuffle too. Does have boss access, but
Yeah.
that's a tough one.
Yeah, this is at least it's a pendant. So unless there's an item there on Cold Stare, we probably don't need to beat Cold Stare, and we're not going to.
There will be an item on Cold Stare in Ambrosia.
Yes, there's absolutely one. Yes, and we're not gonna get it though.
That's okay.
I don't blame him.
We can go to the light world now. Strange as that might sound.
Yeah, there's a lot that opens up now in the light world. Everything that you're used to seeing in the start of an open seed is now open.
Yep. Yeah, it's dealer's choice wherever he wants to go at this point.
And also in inverted, because of the way that the mirror is flipped, the checks that would normally require the mirror are just available to walk to. There's bridges built for you to just walk to in the light world. So that's K45, Graveyard Ledge, and even the floating island up in the mountain.
Hour of Hera also, right?
Yes, and what am I thinking of? The Bombos tablet.
Yep. And Turtle Rock is also a whole nother bear in inverted.
Turtle Rock is it is a lot more in common with entrance modes in the way that you can route it.
All right, Chadbert made his way into IP, and he's got a much larger stock of bombs here, so a little bit more leniency on the bomb jump.
Yeah, so many that doesn't even want those bombs that the stuff was dropped.
Oh, there's a tempered sword in the well. That's nice.
Yeah, I don't think no one's gonna complain about having a tempered sword this early. A lot of makes all the boss fights a lot easier.
Chad skipping the jump, and I don't blame him. Just go as far as you can, and fortunately for him, he's gonna find everything he needs. Our other pendant is Eastern Palace, and our other 5/6 is Hera. So I think both 5/6s are in play now. We could. Who knows what's behind that in the pyramid?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we. I guess we could get to Hera. We would, we don't have logical mountain access, but we do have the ability to get there. Well, if we were to, climb up without the lamp, which is not like a impossible play at all.
I wouldn't be surprised. The mountain is always dense, and Hera's a crystal, and it's a red crystal to boot. So we'll see.
Looks like Chadbert remembered that he can go over here to the right side and at least pick up the one item there in.
But he doesn't have the glove yet, which is what, Iced Tea Room?
I thought it was right here.
Oh no, it's right there. There it is.
Now you can go back. Okay. Yeah.
Josh, checking out the rest of the village, has found the Cane of Samaria, I think, in Chicken Hut. and a whole lot of money. I think there was 300 in either the well or Blind's Hut, and plus another 300 in Tavern. So he's all set.
Yeah, so you don't need to play the archery game. Just wait until you find money. Not a problem.
Yep. Yeah, chat. The Ice Palace Big Key was the chest in Link's house, so both runners do have it. But going into Cold Stare at this early is a little bit of a gamble. That's fine.
Yeah,
Plenty of other stuff to do.
probably not worth it, but we may never come back.
That bow on the race game is worth it.
That definitely is, yes. That's a little bit of a different strategy from Chadbert, whereas Josh went to Kakariko to start, which is a totally valid strategy. Chadbert is doing another one, going down to the South Shore first, and maybe find something that we can use when we go to CAC, say a bottle or flute or something. This is a little bit harder to get back to Kakariko in Inverted. You do have to take the portal, so...
Yeah, like here's one of the examples we were talking about. Just walk right into K45. Nothing's stopping you. There's probably not a terribly wrong answer of where you go when you get Light World access, because there's just so much to do. And Chadbert checking out Mini Moldorm Cave, which is another dense location. Big keys. We got two of them, Desert and Dark Palace, so both of those will be necessary.
Oh, and there's the other bow and another big key, Turtle Rock, which is not potentially necessary, but we might need it to complete the seed. And so I actually have now with that pod big key, we don't have a lamp, but otherwise pod is fully completable.
Yeah, big key, bow, hammer. Let's go.
Also, in this mode, Desert, you can only access it through the book. So with Desert being a crystal, even though we have the Desert Big, we can't do anything with it until we find the book.
Right. Yeah. The other way you would normally do it would be like flute and mirror, but not going to happen the way you'd expect in Vrosia.
No. If you can flute, you can mirror over in the desert area. Well, that will take you to the mire area, which makes it so you are not required to have the flute to access the mire area. Yeah, so we got Chadbert doing the flippers checks here. Josh hot on his heels.
Right. Josh having Kakariko in hand, though. So, a little bit of a divergence early, but see how this winds up. One thing I'm very interested to see, though, is like, who's going to break logic with the lamp. I'm fairly certain Josh is okay even with pod dark rooms. Not so familiar with Chadbert, but either one of them I'm positive could go up to the mountain without it.
Yeah, I would imagine that they both would be capable of getting through the old man cave without the lamp. And then we do have quite a bit of mountain that will be open to us up there, so would not be a terrible decision to break logic that way.
Okay, so Josh is the one who checked the island. Just 50 rupees. Eastern big key. So we're stacking up the keys. Okay.
Yep.
Just need the items.
Another beatable pendant dungeon.
You do what you got to do sometimes. Maybe you gotta dip some pendants. All right, nothing up on the ledge, but the big fish has one expensive item. Today yeah. What do we got for sale?
Yeah, see if this is worth it. No, not at all.
No, those are free up on the ledge. Even if they have, even if they don't go over to full clear pendant Eastern, Saha's still over there. That's 3 items.
Yeah. It's I'm perfectly fine with going over and taking a look at those 3 Saha items, even if you aren't planning on going to Eastern. That's a hard area. You can be left behind and for a while if you just don't want to go to Eastern.
And I think Josh has kind of a philosophy, or at least he was trained this way in the mentor tournament a couple years ago, is skip pendant Eastern. So we'll see if he holds true to that.
For unloved Eastern Palace.
But Hyrule Castle's a play. You got Uncle, a couple of other chests, and then you got full access front and back.
Yeah, if you...
Well, actually, no, take that back. We don't have fire. Dark Cross and Beyond is not in Logic yet.
No, though we can do it if we find the small key here, because we have not checked. We have not checked the back escape or the sanctuary, which can also have the small key. If it's not in the Dark Cross or the first chest in the front of escape, then we will not be able to progress into the back. It looks like Josh is going to take use of that portal there to get to the north side of the light world. And
smart play. Yeah, maybe it saves some time going through the portal. I would imagine it saves a couple seconds.
Yeah, to get to this back to this part, you need to start at Dark Chapel, walk to CAC, walk around to the portal, and then walk back over here. So, yeah, if you're going to go up here next, this is a very nice way to do it. Nice way to avoid save and quits.
Did get the Skullwood's big key. So, if we're ever curious if there's something in that big chest, we can figure it out now.
Yeah, we have another item pending, I believe, that's not on Mothula. So,
and I'm pretty sure we did all the other chests. So there's got to be one in there, or actually maybe 2 in the back.
Yeah, they could both be in the back. Okay, so there's all of them in there.
All 3.
Don't have to worry. Don't have to go scout those or anything. We know we've got them.
Oh, the boots. I love it.
It's really nice to find them here. Makes this whole trip worth it.
Yeah, if you can find boots before your opponent, you're sitting pretty. I love that. Yeah, that opened up, I don't know, maybe at least a couple things. We got Bonk Rocks. What What else? You open up anything else?
I don't think immediately. Except the ability to run fast.
Yeah.
Chadbert decided to skip out on Darkross and just go to the back through this nifty little route here. If there's an item and you find the key, then you can just go to the Darkross chest via the back. So that makes sense.
Nothing in the back, as Josh just pointed out. Graveyard Ledge, also accessible without a mirror in this mode.
And I think there's going to be the key there in the... already opened that chest, okay.
He must be in Darkross then.
Okay, so yeah, there's no reason to go there.
Oh man, I love this. So Chadbert showing off a recently discovered glitch where you can access King's Tomb without the mitts, without the mirror. And they call it Tomb Raider. So you were able to access that by jumping off the Graveyard Ledge, using the hook shot to swing yourself over and get the item. Which today was nothing, but hey, now we know.
Nicely done. I have never seen it used in a race yet that I've watched. I also believe that is the only check in inverted that is actually like the mitts are required to access. Everything else you can get a different way.
Sounds right to me. So, I don't believe Chadbert has done any of Kakariko yet. So, he's coming in from the south now. We'll pick up the Tempered Sword, Cane of Samaria. I think that might have been a bunch of money.
Yeah, Quake was in there too, I believe. Oh, and the other bow. It will be silver.
Bow one race game.
Yeah.
And I think there was a full heart on Library, which would be helpful to Chadbert. Josh couldn't get it.
Yeah, there must have been a lot of hearts in Kakariko because he definitely has more hearts than Chadbert currently. And I think Kakariko is pretty much the only thing he has done that Chadbert hasn't. Well, that Saha's Closet as well as he heads here into Eastern, which he can complete. It's not in logic without the fire rod or the lamp, but that's fine.
Yeah, definitely pick up that heart. Now you're on, what, 7 instead of 6? That'll help. Nothing in Hashirla's Closet, but Eastern. Eastern's beatable. Josh is shunning tradition, and he's going for Pendant Eastern.
Ahead of Crystal Pod? Wow. There's the flute, which is, it's nice to have it in inverted, and it definitely allows us to say now that the whole mountain is in logic. But that's a nice thing to find there.
I won't say no. So that flute's nice.
Yeah, and we can get over to the Mire area with that flute, and we do have we'll have the medallion, but we don't have a big key, so we won't be able to complete it if we choose to go into Mire.
So at least Eastern paying off with some utility, right? You got the flute, you got half magic. There's 2 of the 4. It'll be interesting if he picks up an item here or in the big chest. Does he go straight for Armos?
You have to test to see if he remembers the fact that this is in Ambrosia.
No, we got an item in this last chest anyway. But yes, it's one of the things you have to remember. There is an item on the boss.
Yeah, it is easy to forget because you're thinking about the fact that this is inverted, which is a bit more of a different sea than most of us used to playing, and occupies a lot of your thoughts. But that Ambrosia part, you can skip some chests and dungeons if you know that there's nothing required in them. You've got all the items except for the one that's on the boss.
Okay, that's where Quake was. I was waiting for Chadbert to come across it because we both missed it last time, but Blind's Hunt.
Okay, it looks like Josh decided to bail on Eastern and not go into the back at that final item by beating Armos Knights. Instead, take that flute as the prize and turn in and then head off somewhere else.
Where is Josh going? Back to the light world, but
To turn in the flute, I believe.
oh yes, that's right.
Unfortunately, you have to go back to the light world here to activate the flute. But without the mirror to use it, he'll have to go save and quit to get back to the dark world.
Okay. Oh dang! I was hoping Chad was going to go up the mountain. Not yet.
I may have remembered that that's actually the entrance to Bumper Cave in this mode.
You know, another thing that I will have to remember for my race this week. Thank you.
Yeah. And you have to have the mirror to access the bumper ledge item as well, because it will spit you out here in the light world. And then the dark world is the one that will take you up to the mountain.
Yeah, and in Inversia, or Inverted rather, flute works in the dark world, so this is something different here, but all the placements are still the same. 1 through 8.
Yep, that just take you to the dark world equivalents.
Like Josh has the old man in tow. Just getting through the last part of the dark room. He's got to take the portal so that he takes him back to the light world and then drops him back down. So a little bit longer trip in Inverted than you're normally used to.
Yeah, it's a nice stroll with your elderly uncle here, or grandpa, and At least with the hook shot, he'll be in the light world, be able to get over to the other side the east side of the mountain, and do all that stuff. But
There's the ladder up to Ganon's tower, actually. So it's not so much Hera that's that's got that difference. It's GT. It's Dark Death Mountain.
yeah, but you can't get back to the dark world unless you save and quit from here, from the light world. So you can't get up there.
Well, he's got to go around. He's got to do the paradox to
Yes.
top. Yep.
Yes.
I was going to check out inside the Spec Rock first, I think. Chadbert picking up the flute. Gonna find half magic in here. Josh dipped out of Eastern Palace before doing Armos. I wonder what Chadbert will do.
Chadbert looked like he was considering leaving right there, but has decided to at least continue a little bit further.
Yep, much to his benefit. Just go on for at least one more chest.
Half magic's nice, yeah.
I love this comment in chat with the shield. Josh's sprite, the vitreous eyeball, says eyeball has a contact lens now.
Yeah, that's a.
You know, we get a mirror up here, and we can do a little bit of Turtle Rock, couldn't we?
Yep.
There's the mirror.
right there. I manifested it there. Yeah. So now we can do. The back of Turtle Rock as well as the front.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's a couple ways in aside from the normal. Open the mouth and head in. You could drop down to Spiral Cave. There's a lamp on Floating Island. Drop down Spiral Cave and mirror over. That takes you to, west side entrance and creates the bridge to east side entrance. Can't you go up the tail in the Dark World? Isn't that a thing?
Yeah, that's how you open it. You walk up the. That took me like 6 or 7 seeds before I realized you could do that. And in fact, it can, due to the key layouts, it can actually require you to go in the back and use that mirror to go in the back to get the keys to access the front and the rest of the dungeon. So,
yep. All right, we got a little bit of interesting thing here going on here. So Chadbert is going to head up towards Armos. Let's see what that last item is. Josh does not have the Tower of Hera big key, but is headed up there with a Hera pot. So hopefully, for his sake, he does get the 2 items before getting that one on the boss.
So Hera is one of the worst places to come back to in this mode. The way that Josh did it is the way that you pretty much have to do it.
Got that key. He could do the basement with the lamp now.
Yes. And I think there's still one item pending here. So
yeah.
Other than the one that's here on Moldorm, so
50 rupees in the basement. So yeah, you're right. Well, hey, 43 minutes is a good time for a boss fight. Josh taking down Moldorm fairly easily, picking up a 5/6 crystal. And Chadbert with a nice kill on Armos pendant and bombs, so not as desirable, but hey, a boss killing nonetheless.
Yeah, not as not what you want to see when you go back to do Armos Knights is that just some bombs with when it's a pendant like that. All right, so Chad pointed out that they did find all the items. Josh found all the items there in Hera, so don't even need to worry about the basement or the big chest.
A great placement for Josh to mirror because he's going to come back out of here, hit the portal, and then have to mirror again. That's fun. I mean, mirroring from the light world, from the dark world, is just so counterintuitive.
Yeah, and because you're not used to doing it, it could be a little difficult for you to smart.
Nice.
It could be a little bit difficult to know where to place it. You're not used to you're used to placing them in regular modes. You know where to put them and know how to keep them out of the way. But it's a little bit out there. Well, the Hera big, we don't need it, but there it is anyway.
Yep. We did find a fire rod too in Super Bunny, by the way.
Yes.
That's a great place for the Hera big key.
Oh, there's the Meyer big key as well. So what are we looking at? We need here for go mode. I think we need the big key to Thieves Town. We need the book to get Desert, and we need. I don't know if we need anything else.
Doesn't look like it. I mean, just about everything is open, except for what you mentioned. Like Swamp. Swamp is fully clearable. Like, someone go to Swamp.
Yeah, Swamp, Meyer, Pod.
All right, I love the dual Meyer sheds. I don't know if that's a testament to how close these runners are or what. I guess Josh has done more of the mountain, though.
Yeah, there's been a couple of things that Chadbert has done that's given Josh a little bit of an advantage here. Having completed all those mountain checks, gotten that fire rod and big keys.
In the mirror. Yeah, so here we see Misery Meyer. Yeah, this is fully beatable. We got the Cane of Samaria. We can get across the gap. We got the big key.
Yeah, Josh still missing the boots, and with all the dungeons available to him right now, he doesn't have a ton of motivation to go there in the front of Escape to get them.
Yeah, that's true. It's going to be a while before he even considers it. Because what? He can do Meyer. He'll do all of... he could do Swamp. We got the Fire Rod. He can finish Skull Woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ooh.
yeah, that's yeah. I mean, yeah. Someone said in the chat that boots might not be required, but they're nice to have.
I mean, look, if you've played Pilot Spoiler, the first thing that your pilot tells you is where the boots are. Like, they are very nice to have, and unless they're tucked away somewhere like, I don't know, Trinex, pendant Trinex, it's hard to pass up.
Yeah, you always want them over not having them, but
Yes.
since Josh does not know where they are, he's excused for not going to them. All right, as Josh goes through Mire, needs to be a little bit careful. Doesn't have very much health left, and as far as I can tell, no way of refilling it either. Oh, there's a big key to thieves, so that's just
Pushes him farther and farther away from those boots.
Yeah, but closer to go mode. Just needs the book.
Indeed. Yeah, so you're mentioning health. No, he does not have a fairy. Doesn't even have the powder to get that anti-fairy. Man, it could be rough for Josh, but just take your time, be patient, don't rush things.
Yeah, we'll see if he heads back there or just decides to leave that vanilla big key chest behind.
All right, Chadbert done with Paradox. Got the mirror. We'll be able to pick up a fire rod here in Super Bunny soon. If he does Hookshot Cave, no, he's not going to do Hookshot Cave. That did have the Tower of Hair big key. Could have led him a little bit out of the way. We know that's nothing in the big chest.
All right, for now, Josh is leaving that vanilla big key chest to sit. Could find items here and then know that he just doesn't need to do it.
Yeah, just go straight to Vitreous at this point. You know it has an item. And what's the last thing we need here? Just the book.
We just need the book, yeah.
Yeah.
Chadbert
Gosh, you have half magic. You don't need that.
Chadbert got trolled by Moldorm a little bit there. Comes back for round 2.
Takes him down. First try, right?
That's right, yeah. Gold Sword makes that super easy. Yeah. So,
there's kind of a trick to Moldorm, if anyone's not aware. He will spin twice and then strike towards wherever you're located. So you can kind of lure him into a place where you want to go. Spiral Cave. Did we see Spiral Cave from Josh?
No, I think that Josh actually skipped all these drop downs, if I recall correctly. He didn't do Spiral, he didn't do Mimic, and he didn't do any of Turtle Rock.
Right. Yeah, Turtle Rock would be an interesting play just because there's so much to it, right? There's 5 items. 6 were in Vroja.
Yeah. One being on Trinex, which we won't be able to get because we don't have an Ice Rod, but we probably wouldn't want to go there anyway. At the very least, Laser Bridge has potential to have, 2 or 3 items usually, along with some keys or something.
More money, a crystal, and a dead eyeball for Josh.
Yes. Now, the one reason you don't do all these drop downs is because every time you do a drop down, then you have to walk back through Paradox Cave to get back to the top here. right, so on the thieves for Josh, just having picked up that thieves big in Misery Mire.
How many items did we find in the front, if you remember, from like 45 minutes ago?
I do not. Hey, sometimes I don't even remember when I'm playing the seed, so.
There's the jump up the tail of the Turtle Rock.
Yes.
Ether today. Not that it matters. We have all three.
Yeah, and that left skull up there is a portal to the light world as well. You do need the hammer. When you come to the light world, you're surrounded by hammer pegs, and you need a hammer to get out of it.
Chadbert, seriously considering, do I do this or not? And, well, let's see. Is the book in here?
Yeah.
Book's got to be somewhere.
It does, and if it's here, that's a pretty big fine for Chadbert. Because I would say at this rate, if the book is on the path in these crystal dungeons, then I think Josh is an advantage right now. But if the book is somewhere else, then it's still anyone's game.
It's hard to pass up a clearable crystal dungeon. So I totally get Josh not going into a pendant Turtle Rock. But I totally get why Chadbert's doing it. He's here. There's 5 items. Go for it.
Yeah. I mean, leaving I think was fine. I think he at the time he had 4 crystal dungeons. And then he picked up the Thieves Town big. He had 5 crystal dungeons to complete. That's a lot of dungeons.
Yep. All right. So between the Berna cane up at the attic and this map that we found in the maiden cell, and one on Blind herself, we must have found 2 items up in the front earlier.
Yes.
Here's Laser Bridge, like you're talking about. Yeah, many ways to get into Turtle Rock during Inversia.
Yeah, with all the different ways you can get here, you can fully clear Turtle Rock without finding very many of the keys, actually.
Nice laser skips. Not too much to write home about, though. not items wise, I mean.
Yes.
yeah. No, Chadbert had nice laser skips. Let's not ragging on that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think with all the keys that Chadbert has found, there's going to be an item within farther, either like chomps or a lava chest or a big chest. Oh, that's a swamp big. That could prove interesting.
Yeah. Only if the book is there.
Only if the book is there. That's the only way it would prove interesting. But
Josh checking out that big chest in Skullwoods, which we know has something.
but he does not have the big key. I don't remember what that was.
Oh, Yeah, Chadbert got that. Where in the world was that?
All right, so
Don't recall.
yeah. Josh probably hoping then that the other item here is just in the back with Moth, along with the item that's on Moth.
Our tracker Artwell telling us it may have been in Escape, and I think that is correct.
That would make sense.
Yep, because Josh has not done Escape. If he does, he'll find the boots.
Yeah, it's a totally different choice here from Chadbert going to Pod. He did come here toward the very beginning of the seed. I believe found the map in the first chest and then just immediately quit. So the rest of all the items in Pod are still waiting for Chadbert here.
Josh has been doing a heck of a job at dodging some of these spikes at 2 hearts left.
All you need is one at the end there.
All you need is a half.
Yeah.
No, you are right here. So that is a 3 for Josh, and yeah, Chadbert heading straight back. He'll get the items later. He wants the crystal first. You know, not a bad idea, because he's already got 156 from Hera. This is the other 5-6. Grab it, and you've got Pyramid open also. That's another place Josh hasn't gone, because that's where we found the powder.
That's right, yes, which didn't have anything. Chadbert did check that while he was in doing his Kakariko checks.
Nice pathing to get into the pod area without having to go through the pod maze.
Yeah, it's one of those things where this is an unusual mirror location, and Josh navigated that very well.
Yeah. All right, so 2 runners in pod, 1 on Helmasaur.
Just a single silver arrow it takes to take Helmasaur down.
I don't think we found any items other than that big 20 in pod.
Yeah, so I definitely understand Chadbert going to the rest of pod here. There's going to be quite a bit of stuff in the back.
First bottle, hour 3 in.
Yeah, that's pretty late for a first bottle.
I like what both these runners have done. They're going to end up finishing with the big chest. No, maybe not. I think, nope.
Okay, wait.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go for a hammer jump, but Laura was catching up with him.
Just bombs slipping out of his fingers.
All right. If I'm not mistaken, won't Harmless Hellway be key for a key?
I think so, but I could. Oh wait, no, we used one. We used one that we normally wouldn't have, having gone back to the boss there.
That's right. Yep. So that was -1. Okay.
All right, this is another one of the bottles. So 2 of them were here in pod.
Both with green too, so that's nice.
Yes.
Not that we need that as much. You got half magic.
Yeah, but we're good on magic now. On Chadbert's side, if Josh picks up those bottles, then he'll be in the same position.
All right, here's that pyramid fairy play. I thought it was going to be swamp, but he's going into Light Link's house. Oh man, fooled me.
Yeah, no, he's doing swamp. This is I think he may do it after swamp.
Okay, yep.
We'll see. It's a potential.
I'm not sure what I would have done if I had both swamp and pyramid fairy to worry about, because you're going in opposite directions. One is really quick. One has the potential to be pretty long, but it's much denser. So I don't know. I can't blame him for going to swamp first.
Yeah, it looks like Josh put swap off until it was the last crystal dungeon available, possibly hoping to find everything that he needed and make go mode, swap a go mode proposition, which is something I also don't blame him for. Oh, in fact, that is what is going to happen, because there's the book.
And that makes go mode for Chadbert at about 107, I don't know, we'll call it 25.
Yeah, well, Chadbert is not in go mode because Chadbert hasn't been to Mire and gotten that Thieves Town big key.
Oh, shoot, you're right. So
yeah, so Chadbert is going to be doing a lot of stuff here in Swamp.
Yeah, you're right. Between the two, we're in no mode.
Yes.
Josh will have to get that book for us to be officially in go mode.
Yeah, and it will be, the only thing that could maybe trip up Josh would be the gas tower big key being on the torch, which is a pretty low percentage chance of happening. So I don't know if he would spend too much time checking things, hoping to find boots along the way.
No, at this point, it's kind of a, well, if I get boots, I get boots. If I don't, okay. You kind of got to work with what you got.
I would be thinking I don't need boots. Forget boots. They don't exist anymore. I'm just not going to get them. I'm just going to assume I can finish the seed.
Stop opening things for us to check. You got the
Yeah,
mushrooms.
there's a
You can
mushroom.
check that. Yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how much the boots can make a difference, right? Because you're right. You got to go to Meyer, get the Thieves Town key. At least you're not going all the way deep into Turtle Rock for the big key. Granted, he's already done that, but you know, it's not too far away in Misery Mire.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing for Chadbert is that he is a few dungeons down to Josh. Josh having completed Misery Mire and Thieves Town and Skull Woods, just needing to get Swamp. We'll find the book here and then do Desert. So Chadbert has a little bit of a deficit here that he needs to be able to make up, and he needs to. I found the ice rod on Argus. Don't go back to Turtle Rock.
Oh no, I don't think we'll see him in Turtle Rock because he's likely to do Desert into Mire. He'll find that Thieves Town key, and then, well, that's go mode.
Yeah.
Speaking of go mode, there's Joshbittner. 1 hour, 10 minutes, 35 seconds. Picked up that book, and now he's in go mode.
Yeah. Chadbert got, still has to find that Thieves Town big key. Could do some extra checks along the way before he gets to it there in Misery Mire.
Yeah, he's gonna hit these couple chests, and it is gonna slow him down. Boots are not, just spending the time in this cave and checkerboard cave is going to make a little bit of a divergence difference.
I mean, Chadbert found the boots, but he also did quite a bit of things that Josh did not in this seed.
Yeah, he went to Turtle Rock, did Eastern. Yeah, there is quite a bit more that he's done here.
Yeah, still could choose to do Mire before Desert. You to get the Mire, you could just mirror up here on the staircase, but is going to do Desert first.
Yeah, what's Josh looking for at this point? Is he just trying to find boots if they're in the way?
I think that's probably what he's doing, yeah. Is trying to make sure that if the boots are required, he's at least covered himself with the checks here in Swamp Palace. They're not too far out of the way.
Chadbert cleaning up the front of Desert Palace before he goes to the back. As we know that the Thieves Town Big Key is located in Misery Mire, so we'll find that after this one, but is going to spend a little bit more time here first.
Yeah, and it's just I think going to be too far behind here. I guess I shouldn't say that for sure, but
Yeah, the fortunate thing for Chad is he's kind of got nowhere else reasonably to go but Mire, so he'll get that Thieves Town Big Key. Josh is going to get this Desert Crystal pretty quickly, though. Quicker than Chadbert's going to clear out Mire. So, yeah, a little bit farther behind. Who knows? There's always Ganon's Tower where some time can be made up. I don't know. Still, I still hold out some hope for these boots. Let's see how much of the gap that can close.
yeah, I mean, at least. Well, I was gonna say, Chadbert can go mow the remaining dungeons, but they're Thieves Town and Skull Woods. There's not a ton to be gained by go modding them over doing them normally.
That's right. I forgot he had Skull Woods to do still too.
Yeah, just a couple more dungeons to have to do here.
Nice kill on Landmolus with the silver arrows, though.
There's one benefit to knowing that Desert Palace is boots locked, and that's if you do need the boots, you know that they aren't going to be in Ganon's Tower. You don't need to spend the time clearing out the basement for looking for them. So checking that torch in Desert Palace there, and seeing the small key there, tells you that you're supposed to have the boots to beat this dungeon, and gives you a little bit of help on where to look for the boots, if you happen to need them.
Right. How far into Misery Mire was the Thieves Town Big Key?
I believe it was the first firelock chest.
Ah, yeah, the compass chest on the spikes, right? On the left side?
Yes. Okay, so that is Lambo down for Josh. That is 7 crystals. So he will be making his way to Hyrule Castle in order to enter Ganon's Tower.
I have something in mind. The number 9, if that means anything to you, Norse Matty.
I always go with 8.
And if you're not sure what we're spouting numbers for, get your guesses in chat. 1 to 22. That is the number of chests in Ganon's Tower basement. And the big key is somewhere in there. If you guess it right, well, you get some internet points, which don't really mean anything, but you can brag to your friends that you got the guessing game right. So, guess away. 1 to 22.
And believe me, your friends will be very impressed if you do get it right.
Yep.
All right, so Josh picked up some potions and now is ready to head to the tower. And yes, in Inverted, it is located at Hyrule Castle, where you would normally enter Agate Tower.
Yeah. Strange things you just gotta be aware of. Just it's a whole different mode. It's a when Inverted came out, I kind of expected it to be the new hotness, but it wasn't until people started adding keys to it that it really took off. So you didn't see a whole lot of play once it was available until people started experimenting.
Yeah, I like it with some sort of key mode. All right, as Josh enters, Chadbert finishes up his 5th dungeon. Misery Mire will need to complete Skullwoods and Thieves Town before he can come here.
Right side first. Not checking the torch. Not checking to see if boots are required.
They are
Never mind.
not. Guys. You need to go to check. You didn't need to check the torch. You just go right to the key. Why do you need to check the torch?
Grats to who do we got? Mogan33, who guessed 3. So congratulations. Tell all your friends you won the big key guessing game.
Now we got to give credit to our tracker, Ataro. That was the first check, and that is what they picked.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so Josh gets to begin the climb and skip almost the entire tower or basement. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's got everything he needs. Only thing he doesn't have is like a mail upgrade. Green mail, not so great, but he's got all the offense he needs.
Yeah, and maybe knowing that he's on green mail and he didn't pick up the powder, that motivated the trip over to the potion shop, get those blues. Got a little bit of safety for this climb.
Yeah, and he's got half magic. He's got silver arrows, so you could make the gauntlet pretty quick. The Stalfos here don't have a burn animation, so if you do hit them with the fire rod, they just die instantly.
Yeah, it could be. If they start jumping away from you, that could be a pretty effective way to just get them out of the way. Doesn't work quite as well with the Zyzax here. They do have a burn animation, but they also do die pretty fast.
Yeah, and the Stalfos don't counterattack on the fire rod like they do with a sword swing. Yeah, no powder. He's looking for that last heart that was sitting in the middle of the room. Just needs every little bit he can get with green mail, because a Ganon hug that could be fatal.
Yeah, Ganon on green mail. is very painful. if you get hit.
Nice cane rooms from Josh.
Yeah, he's making pretty good progress up here, especially for not having the boots. This is one of the rooms that's kind of a pain without him, because you normally would like to just dash through these guards, but hook shot to get them to clear it out works pretty well here.
Chadbert finished up Thieves Town. Only thing left is Skull Woods, just stone's throw to the north, and then Ganon's Tower for him. Right, second fight with the worm. And hook shot over. We'll hit to Aga 2. Hope Josh has practiced agonometry.
Yes, everyone's favorite math wizard.
It's another one of the rooms where, man, you want boots because those mini Helmasaurs are just a pain in the butt.
Yeah, almost escaped, but then they all ganged up on him and he had to deal with them.
Ooh, all right, a triple. So I think that's up to 4.
I think that that was 5.
That's a
Yeah,
5. That might be that. Okay, he must have hit 2 at the first one.
yeah, he had
All
really
right.
very nice Aga fight, very nice Moth fight from Chadbert to get his 7th crystal. But Josh is about to drop into Ganon here.
Everyone has their own kind of like way that they do Ganon's Tower, so I hope Chadbert goes right first.
Yeah, going left first and skipping Hope Room for a while could lead you to waste some time in the seed.
All right. With the gold sword, 1 and 1 should about be free. All right, we're already on phase 2. Just keep on swinging, Josh.
Yeah, it's only 6 hits on each phase with the gold sword. Really, plenty of time to get those hits in for each of those phases.
All right, phase 3 and 3/4 here. Yeah, just he doesn't even need the torch glitch on this. He's got silver arrows. Just make sure you get him in a good position. Don't fall, and you'll be fine. Commentator curse incoming.
Well, he got hit, but it was okay. He's fine. He's fine.
So we got 2 hits, silver arrows 2 more, and Josh will have it. That's a good spot for a double, too.
Yep, there it is. All right, get your GGs in chat for Joshbittner. It was going to cross this bridge and be the first one to finish. There we go.
Josh finished with an official time of 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 8 seconds. We're actually joined by Joshbittner. GG's, Josh.
Hello, thank you. As fitting with literally every seed prep I've done to practice this mode, I did not get boots in a single one, and I see that I continue to do that.
Yeah, those were at the bottom of Escape in Zelda's Cell, and just unfortunate for you, I guess, not getting it, but
I was never going to check.
You had no reason to.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I had no good time to do Front of Escape. I mean, I supposed I could have done it at any time, but I always get kind of itchy if I'm around the 50-minute mark and I haven't gotten a single crystal, and then just the way I looped around, you know, I just found everything I needed, sans the boots, and then I was like, well, clearly I'm hoping not on Torch. So, big relief that Hope Room had for my first chest.
Well, yeah, the thing was, you kept finding big key after big key, so dungeons were really the only good option for you. Escape wasn't going to happen.
No mitts, no boots. I mean, I couldn't believe it when, you know, I was debating maybe going to pod after completing, like, the opening, but I was like, I got ice, I'm gonna follow the logic chain, and I kind of didn't really count how many bombs I had, so I'm really glad I got Ice Palace bomb jump on my first shot.
Yeah, we were, or at least I was kind of curious how you were going to deal with those Stelphos on the low bomb count, but you got them. So that's good.
I got the drops, so I got a little lucky there, and then
I want to ask, because you and I have raced quite a bit in various moments and events. I know Inverted and Inversia are not really in your wheelhouse. How did you feel about playing this week?
Definitely a challenge. I had to work on my Gibdos in the middle of Skullwoods, because in my practice I kept dying to them. You know, so learning to dodge. Had to practice the arrow game because I stink at that, but didn't need it eventually. So I never checked what was on the dig game or anything like that. But I feel like it's always the opening of Inverted is kind of the hard part. Because even with this Inverted mode, by shuffling the big keys and introducing key sanity, which I don't like, the odds of you doing a low percentage blind or moth fight are reduced, even though that happened to me in practice as well. But it's always the opening. Once I'm like rolling and I got like Master Sword, 8 hearts, you know, I'm not dying as often. So I felt okay. I mean, Inverted's been in the league in some form for all 5 seasons, so I mean, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, you got a pretty good loadout fairly early. Once you went into Kakariko, you got a bow and you got the Master Sword out of the well, hammer and glove out of Ice Palace. So yeah, I think you were doing pretty good on offense.
I had forgotten that I had the big key to ice already, and I didn't check the chest. Whoops. A lot of little lucky stuff that didn't burn me is basically what happened. But yeah, so I'm just trying to think. I don't know, just everything kind of fell into my lap, you know, I kind of knew some of the metas, like once CAC is open, immediately go to CAC and collect the 25 chests.
Right. So this was game 2. You guys got Inverted done very quickly.
Yeah, it just worked out that way.
Yeah, any thoughts on the series? I think it was Sean Rhapsody and Sonny Rath who faced earlier.
I think Sean had a good run too. So we definitely came prepared to play. We both practiced the crap out of this. So yeah, I guess if you haven't practiced much yet, you might want to like practice at least like some of the early game stuff, and then just kind of figure out. Also dodging Lionels if you're forced to do that on the mountain. Just like, I would just say practice a lot of early game stuff. There's a couple of oddities here and there, and if you're using a map tracker, like I do, and I auto track because I'm like extra empty brained when it comes to this game, so the map tracker will kind of light up and tell you what you can do. I know that will upset the purists, but if we didn't have map trackers, I would literally not be in this game.
I think one more question, and I'll pass it over to North Maddie. Actually, we got Chadbert heading into the Ganon fight, so he's got a similar loadout to you. I don't suspect any issues. Silver arrows, gold sword, he'll be all right. I do want to ask, like, next week, looks like you have the, what team is this? Red Meringue, Best Meringue. And I believe this team is comprised of 3 folks from the 2022 Mentor Tournament. What do you think about that? I mean, you've got to see them in the Mentor Tournament as well.
Well, let's see how they've progressed since the summer, right? Some people improve very quickly, like our own Norsk Maddie here on the comms as well. And, my buds like, Mr. Aaron Snurd, who I constantly talk smack about. We grew up playing Rando together. Well, from the Chelsea X Lynn community 2 years ago, but yeah, I mean, with these new mentees, it was literally me last year. I had a team last year, and it was a team mostly comprised of fresh out of our mentor tournament. So, the league was definitely last year was like you're welcome into the general rando population after, kind of being ensconced in a learning environment. Next year we'll have the Boots tournament again, being a first tournament situation coming out of the mentoring experience. So this community definitely has ways to apply what you've learned, which in my case from Gamachu was just go to progression and win the game.
And skip Pendant Eastern.
Oh, never punished. Absolutely.
Yeah. We got Chadbert finishing. GG's to him.
Hey.
1 hour, 36 minutes, 46 seconds. Let's see if we can get Chadbert into the channel for an interview. Maddie, I'm sorry. I kind of dominated the interview. Do you have any questions for Josh?
No, that's fine. It works better, I think, that way. But yeah, Josh, you played this very well. You mentioned some difficult starts. This was not one of those.
Thank God.
It turned out because the Moon Pearl being very early, that could be something that could definitely be buried and make the opening very difficult. And then I want to say you just went to ice because you didn't have money for anything else.
Yep, I was poor, and I'm glad that I didn't leave immediately after getting the glove, and I stuck it out, and I'm like, and when I got the hammer, I like swore IRL over here.
Did you consider finishing because you had done the bomb jump, so you could have finished?
I was like, no. I think I actually got all the items if I had counted right, or maybe I miscounted, but
yeah, well, there's definitely always one on the boss. But
yeah. Oh God, I keep forgetting about the ambrosia part of this. So oopsie doopsie. Glad that didn't burn me.
Oh right. All right. Well, we are joined here by Chadbert. GG's Chadbert.
GG's. Thank you.
Hey, GG's.
Yeah, GG, Josh. Hopefully we put on at least a decent show.
Yes, so. I think it was played pretty well by both of you. I'd say the main difference is for you, Chadbert, was that you did more than Josh. And in one case, it was helpful. You got the boots out of front of the scape, and Josh did not. But there was your trip over to Pod early was something that Josh did not do. Your trip through Turtle Rock, Josh did not touch Turtle Rock, and a lot of times going to Turtle Rock there will work out. That just wasn't the case this time.
Yep, if what I found on these flags or this mode is, you live or die by Death Mountain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was terrified about having completely skipped TR because you get the cane sorta early and I'm like, ooh, you could go all the way to the front. That's gross. And I remember on Sunday's SG, or no, not Sunday's SG Daily, but there was the daily for Invosia last week, and the boots were in that southwest corner of the front of TR. I forget the name of that chest. I don't know. I don't play NMG. But the boots were there, and I got there at 1:20, and I was like, are you freaking kidding me?
Oof. Yeah, I still got a PB for this one, so I'm like, I felt very good going in, but I was like, I did dig a useless TR, but there was Fire Rod and the Mirror, I believe, up there
On the mountain,
so
yeah.
it was required to go there.
Yeah, it was just a matter of I made a conscious decision to put that off for very later. Because I'm definitely my routing style is a bit more aggressive, where I will just attack the crap out of like crystal dungeons and just hope I get what I need along the way, and that's kind of what happened here. Because I know in this mode the keys can really screw you over if you don't get them.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how aggressive I want to be on that, because sometimes I'll go density play versus the crystals dungeon play. And this time I was looking at Death Mountain and Turtle Rock access and all that stuff. I'm like, that's a lot of checks that I could potentially get up there. So I did that, and it didn't quite work out.
I'm just like thinking what else kind of pushed me along my route, because I kind of just zipped around. Once I got Light World access, I got the stuff out of the Kakariko trip. I kind of almost did like a big loop around the entire Light World, where I even went up to like Zora area and everything. I just wanted to like hoover up all of what would normally be the early game.
Yeah, I think. Let's see, what did I do? When I got there, I did south checks and then did flipper checks. Then saved and quit, and then did the south back up to north route.
Yep. Yeah, I never did catfish. I don't think I didn't go up that way.
Wait, did you say you never did cac?
No, catfish.
Oh, catfish. No, I didn't do catfish. I did skip that one. I skipped a few things.
Yeah.
Here and there, but they were a little bit more strategic than that.
For sure. It's tricky to route this sometimes, because this mode is more variant and dependent on what you get, and your ability to survive the early game is impacted by everything hurting so bad when you have 3 hearts. I died almost immediately, I think, somewhere.
I did take a very early death right outside my door.
Yeah. Oh, that little jumpy boy, I forget what those are, the little tentacle jumpy boys, those,
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yes, it was one of those.
Yeah, well, they'll get you.
Yep.
But yeah, this was a good race, we kept the time down. I mean, I cursed yet another bootless seat on my part.
I had him pretty early. I was like 30 minutes in.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I checked the back.
Did a lot more than you. Let me check what my thing says.
Like,
here.
my CR was like a 119 or something goofy.
147.
Yeah, that'll do it. I mean, I did the back of Escape, but yeah, I didn't end up going to the front, which would have paid off, but
yeah, I haven't figured out how to kind of do how aggressive to be on these big key only mixed seats. Like key sanity, you have to do clear. You can't.
Oh yeah, that's
you can't skip. But
yeah,
when it's just the big key, I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Yeah, well, fortunately, you can, if you want to grind on this mode, and you'll have you'll have to do it again someday if you do the league next year, and then if the Inversia mode kind of comes up, or an inverted mode comes up, like in a main tournament or a ladder season, this is some good experience for that.
Yeah, I was like begging for more inverted from the past
There you
main tournament, but the
go.
lower tournament one version
Yeah,
of it.
the Challenge Cup. No, I know what you mean.
Yes, Challenge Cup. Yep.
Um, yeah, but this was a good time. GG's. Best of luck with the rest of your season.
Thank you.
Hope
You too.
hope it goes well. Nice to get this set done. Casual boots next week. That's gonna be something for me to do. We haven't decided if Sean or Solsky is gonna do that with me. But yeah, I look forward to my favorite mode of the game, and then start grinding either swordless if I'm doing swordless week 5, or I am publicly committing, as I've said a couple of times, but I'm committing to a 6-month grind. My goal is next main tournament, I want to be at least in the conversation to make the main tournament, like say rank 130 to 150.
Nice. That's a good goal to have.
Yep.
I do have a question here, Chadbert. As we're kind of wrapping up. So this series is done. Next week, it looks like you have Aga's backup dancers. I don't know if you and your team have given thought to them or the casual boots mode. What are your immediate thoughts on that?
Well, I was destroyed by that team last year. Utterly destroyed by them.
Okay.
So, at least with casual boots, I know I'm not going to get completely destroyed. Just mostly destroyed. Just mostly dead. But so I am looking forward to having lots of time to practice it and get back up to speed on what the gambles to take for that one. But we'll see. Not yet 100% decided who's running, but I'm pretty sure I am.
All
Yeah,
right.
I
We
know.
look forward to it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know Brad Coons from this year's mentor class, and then Zypher and Hitman. They are some tough cookies too.
Yep. Yeah, I can't remember who we faced last year, but I know Hitman was definitely one of them. Just don't remember who I faced. But yeah. Rematch, hoping to do better than last time.
Here's hoping, and good luck.
Thank you.
And GG's to both of you. Norse Mandy,
Yeah.
you want to close us out here?
Sure. Yep. Thank you to both Chadbert and Joshbittner for putting on this race and letting us blab over your play. Thanks to Artarl for giving us the tracking today and keeping us informed of every item that both players had. Thanks to Yoinker's wife for putting on the restream. Couldn't have happened without her. And thanks, Lumaga, for joining me here in the booth. Please give every one of the people I just mentioned a follow.
And thanks to you as well. More action. I don't have the schedule up in front of me, but be sure to check both the invitational and the open schedule for everything going on tomorrow and the rest of next week, or the rest of this week, rather. Until then, I've been Lumaga with Norse Maddie. Thank you and good night.